Ariel Helwani post-fight at UFC.
Ariel, is that camera big enough to take in the largest arm in Westland, Oregon that has found its way to Houston, Texas? Because that thing looks a little bit small.
Yeah, I think it is.
All right, well, then we can continue.
Chael, it's been a long road. It's been a long time between wins and a long time between fights. How does it feel to finally be back on track as you do your Jesse the Body here?
To be back on track, listen, you know, I do the best I can. These guys are tough guys. Brian Stann's no different. He hit me hard in the body. Man, it hurt. I can still feel it. You know, all these guys are tough. There's really nothing I can say. You know, you go do these matches, you do the best you can, but I am not here to be one of the guys. I got plenty of money and plenty of fame. I'm after 12 pounds of gold, and that's it.
Did you expect to finish him? Is that how you envisioned the fight to go down?
No, I did not.
So what did you think of the way he fought you? Because a lot of people throughout the week, it seemed as though the tide was turning in his favor. People were now saying, you know what, Brian Stann's ready for Chael Sonnen and he might finish him. And then obviously you did so well out there and you finished him. What do you think of his performance?
Well, you know, look, I think he does a fine job. I can't tell you a lot about those matches. I'm one of those guys that's got to go back and rewatch it. I don't fully know what happens. I got to go rewatch them. But I found the submission and you know, it worked out well, but I don't know about those matches. And these guys, as much as I respect them and appreciate them, I got one guy in my sights. I can't stand him. He keeps me up at night, and I'm going to take care of him Super Bowl weekend.
We'll talk about that in a second. Just curious about ring rust. Did you feel a little out of it in the early stages of the fight?
You know, the preparation was a little bit weird. I remember getting in there, and there's a feel to the octagon, and I forgot it. I forgot the feel, I forgot the smell, I forgot what it's like to have those lights in your eyes and not have all of your senses around you. You know, so you kind of got to learn on the go a little bit.
Perhaps one of the greatest post-fight interviews in UFC history right there. Not just a great performance, but what you said to Joe Rogan after the fact was memorable stuff. You put it out there. You told Anderson that you want to fight him, and not only do you want to fight him, if you do lose to him, you will walk away from the UFC. If he loses, you want him to leave the division. Why the division? Why not leave the UFC? Why don't you want to get rid of the guy?
Because he's a coward, and I don't think he'd accept, and you got to play by a coward's rules sometimes. I'm trying to lure him into a fight, so I got to stick that carrot out there, something that I think he'll do.
Now, do you think he'll take the carrot?
He ducked me for 6 years. I don't think why things will change now. If Joe Rogan hadn't taken the microphone out of my mouth, I would have told him, Anderson Silva, I want your answer right now. If you accept, I will wait till Super Bowl weekend. But if you reject, I will walk over there and whip your ass right here, right now in Houston, Texas.
Is a part of you a little concerned that he might, you know, Dan Henderson said that he ducked him. Is a part of you concerned that he won't take the fight?
Yeah, I don't expect him to take the fight. He's a coward. I truly don't expect him to take the fight. You know, this guy walks around, I want the biggest fights. Well, there's no bigger fight than our rematch, stupid. Well, I want the toughest guys. Well, God never made a tougher man than me, and my name hasn't come out of your mouth once.
The loser leaves town match is a classic one. Why are you so confident putting your career on the line here?
Oh, I don't ever have confidence, buddy. I'm a gambler. I let it ride. I don't have confidence. That's what bullies do. Anderson's a bully. He's the one with the confidence, picks on people he knows he can beat. I don't know if I can beat any of these guys, and that's why I walk out there.
Did you see that video of him dancing and singing with Justin Bieber?
No, I didn't. Did he really?
Yeah.
I have seen Anderson dance, and I will tell you, he's got some pretty good moves.
Right. You're impressed.
He's a pretty good dancer. I will give him that. I caught him in a club one time dancing and was like, you're a pretty good dancer.
You were at a club with Anderson Silva at the same time?
Well, he came to Portland, Oregon. It was my hometown, yeah. But he can move a little bit.
I remember you saying if he ever came to your hometown that he'd get kicked out, that he'd get beat up.
Oh, he had to drop his pink T-shirts, crooked hats, and earrings off at the front desk like a clubhouse. That's the only way I can assure his safe passage.
Now, you talk about Super Bowl weekend. Why that date? Has the UFC told you that that's the date?
I have my reasons.
How about Brazil? Wouldn't that be something? I think they could do a 100,000-seat stadium, you versus Anderson in Brazil. Does that even interest you?
No, that does. That really does. And if they sell 100,000 tickets, I hope they collect them all. I hope they put them in a nice ball, turn them sideways, and shove them straight up their ass. That's what they can do with the Brazilian crowd. We're going to Las Vegas, Nevada, Super Bowl weekend, the biggest rematch in the history of the damn business. Chael Sonnen, true champion, versus Anderson Silva, the guy that wears 12 pounds at 10.
And have they told you 100% that you are now the #1 contender?
We'll see.
And by the way, what was it like dealing with the Texas Commission, considering some of the issues in the past? Were they fair and kind to you?
Well, you know, look, they don't have to be kind to me. They've got a job to do. They're professionals. They make the rules, and I follow them. The same as any commission out there. I believe in commissions. I believe in rules, and I believe they should be followed.
Has the Chael Sonnen era begun, or is this just the continuation of what you started in August of last year?
Undefeated and undisputed. I'd say we've been at this a while.
Congratulations. We look forward to the next one.
Thank you, Ariel. I appreciate that.